All right. So, in my very, very humble opinion, I do feel like the mass amount of gurus, YouTubers online, flashy lifestyle people in the space on the internet do tend to make us feel like running a social media marketing agency is not an actual business. And I will admit, 2.5 or 2.5, almost 3 years now, going back to when I was just getting in the space 2.5, 3 years ago, that is something that actually did draw me to the agency space. I thought it was like I was surprised on wow, this is like a relatively easy model to get into with tons of rewards. Like it's really that easy to start a business, something make something that you're proud of, that's earning quick cash flow, easy 10K per month, right? Like everybody says. Um, that's something that drew me to the space, especially if you watch Iman's content. You're really familiarized with the fact that all it takes is a few cold calls, couple cold emails, boom, already at 10K per month, right? And all it takes is 5 clients to hit 10K per month. Like they just make it seem like it's so easy, right? Getting 5 clients, it's not easy at all. And this is coming from a guy that signed 93 clients in 90 days. Let me see. 93 clients in 90 days, all high ticket. Getting a client is it's hard work. Every single client you get, they're valuable. They mean a lot to you, and you should um, try and provide the best service you can. It's hard to obtain a client. Do your best to over deliver on each client, whether you get 100 or whether you get two. Right, over deliver, wow each client, and provide the best service you can. I feel like I just went on a little bit of a tangent, but once I did understand that running an agency, it's not some sort of side hustle gig like a lot of people in this space do make it seem. It's an actual business, and if you treat it that way, you'll get the rewards that you're looking for, right? So if we think about what a business is, well, you only have two options, right? You can get more customers, or you can make those current customers worth more, right? So this is the only way you can make more money, right? A business is simply a machine that if you put $1 into it, it will spit out more money than you put in. And so I'm going to show you an example of a machine right here that I'm personally using to create money right now. Okay. And so once I started thinking about business as a simple machine of inputs that lead to outputs, right? Everything changed. And if you like, this is a simple visual demonstration. Inputs then leads to systems, and then you have an output very similar to a car where we input gasoline, right? The car then has systems which convert that gasoline into usable energy for the car to move, and the output is a functioning vehicle. Now, if we take a look at the actual system, like how this would actually look, take a look at this. This is the system I use for paid ads. All right. So you have the input, which is attention from Facebook and Instagram. You then funnel this into your landing page or your lead form. People then have the option to book a call, right? If they do book a call, the next question is, are they going to show up? If they don't, try and book them again. If they do, congrats, you're now on a sales call, right? The next question after this is, okay, I'm face to face with this person. Are they qualified to receive my product, and are they going to receive the best results from my product or service, right? If yes, okay, let's present our offer. And from there, the question is, are we going to close them? Are we going to close the deal or not? If not, 30-day follow-up sequence. Let's keep following up with them. Hopefully they close down the line. If yes, sign the contract, and the output is money, right? Inputs to outputs. That's the whole game. Now, furthermore, on this conversation, on this topic of paid ads, let's understand the actual concept. And now, in order to make an acquisition channel work, we must follow principles. Okay. So, principles last forever. Tactics are short term. They work today. You'll need a new one tomorrow. Now, with paid ads, we can break this down into something very simple and understand that all we are trying to do, okay, we have this bridge right here. This bridge has a gap. Okay, we have some money on one side of the bridge. We have a client on the other side. So basically, we're going to use paid ads as the mechanism to close the gap between the bridge. So now we can safely walk our dollar bill, our money across the bridge and turn it into a new client. All right. So in order to make this actually work, we need two things. We need a human, and we need to combine that human with the right stimuli in order to receive our desired action that we want. So, what stimuli is needed to make paid ads work? Well, on the actual ad creative, we need the correct hook headline to make someone even want to then click. Okay. After that, they're on our landing page. We need the correct stimuli in our headline that's actually appropriate for the target market, the target niche audience that we are directing our message to, that makes them actually feel like it's for them, right? And it's the lingo that they want to hear. Okay. Next, we need a VSL. We need a subheadline. We need a process and a philosophy that is hopefully unique to ourselves, right? A unique way that we solve our problem. And in all honesty, I don't want to go on too many tangents in this video. Unique way of solving a problem is mandatory. It's actually the game changer, right? I can talk about this in another video, but just know you need a unique way of solving problems in today's market. Okay, case studies. This is very, very helpful in today's market. Then the correct stimuli to make someone want to opt in, the correct stimuli to qualify someone, stimuli to make them want to book a call, and then the correct stimuli in your pre-call sequences, your follow-up sequences, indoctrination sequence to make them show up. All right. Now let's talk about the actual strategy for direct response marketing. So do note your ROAS, return on ad spend, will also depend on your sales skills and your overall funnel. So do keep this in mind. The very first thing we're going to want to do is test 4 variations of messaging angles on our ad creative. The first one is our offer, how many appointments we can get somebody, how many sales we can get somebody, and our fulfillment and delivery process. Next, put qualifying questions on our actual instant form. The best ones to use is going to ask somebody if you currently own the type of business that we're targeting. Are you above 10K per month? Yes or no? How long have you been in business and where are you located? Next, we're going to have them opt in. We'll then send an auto response message saying, hey, my name's this and this. Did you get a chance to book on my calendar, et cetera, et cetera? I'll be reaching out soon. Something like that, right? Give them the option then to directly book into your calendar. Then send them some email and SMS resources for free just to provide more value, educate them. This prospect, yes, it is paid ads, but this is still a cold prospect. So the quicker we can provide value upfront, show that we're competent, the easier this will be down the line, right? Then this is where our appointment setter comes in. They're going to nurture and educate this lead with our content assets. Then book them on a warm appointment. They will then enter our pre-call flow, and we're going to be able to close 30 to 40% of these calls. All right. From there, all we're doing is understanding our numbers and scaling. Now, what I will say is when you do start to scale, right? Don't think of scaling as some crazy thing. All scale is an increase in volume. So if we want to scale our ads, all we have to do is increase the volume of our inputs, and our input in paid ads is ad spend. All right. However, you will eventually run into something called the law of diminishing returns. Now, if you're not familiar exactly with what this is, I had to learn this the hard way, right? Basically, if you have one ad that's killing it and you try and scale it so you can get more leads, more book calls, and more sales for your business, you're actually going to run into the point where you scale it past a certain point, it actually brings diminishing returns. All right. And this is simply because if you keep increasing one factor in your production, one factor of your inputs, which is in this case, it's your ad spend, while keeping all the other factors the same, you're going to eventually reach a point where additional ad spend, additional inputs actually results in a decline of your outputs, like beautifully demonstrated by this graph right here. All right. Now, why does it happen? When you spend more money, you begin to reach new audiences. Now, in any market we're in, any market at all, like and this can be outside of this SMA agency thing, like in the real world. If Microsoft wanted to run ads, right? There are multiple segments of people that signal the part of the buying process that they're in for each and every market in the world, right? A small percent will say, hey, I need a solution now. I'm ready to buy right now. The rest of the 97% are either open to it, maybe on the fence, or they're not interested at all, right? And so when running ads, we do need to understand that when we spend more money, we're going to reach more and more of this 97%, right? So our old ads that were just killing it in this top 3% are going to become less and less effective, right? In the new audiences that we're reaching. Now, if you want a deeper breakdown in this, I have a full 152 page doc, first link in the description, going over everything, as well as the acquisition strategies and tactics I'm using for acquisition, booking calls, sales, and fulfillment. All right. So quickly though, how do we solve this? Well, I'm using something called the leverage consultant funnel. And now if we look at what this is, we will see, it has a lot of things. It's like a crazy funnel, right? You've got your offer creation at the top, how to get a unique mechanism, content assets at the bottom. But if we look closely, there are 8 lead magnets right here. Now you may be wondering, why so many lead magnets, right? Who needs that many lead magnets? But each lead magnet solves a different problem for our target market. So if we have a typical lead right here, a prospect that's in our market, they may have anywhere from 5 to 10 different problems. If we look at this guy, one, he can't get leads, he can't make content, he has a terrible offer, he can't make a landing page, and he doesn't know how to use Facebook ads, right? So although there may be 5 to 10 different problems that our service does solve, not every single person that comes to us will struggle with every single problem, right? So this guy, he has 5 problems, but another person might come to us and they may only not know how to get leads. They may only not know how to make content, right? So this is exactly why we need to promote multiple solutions to different problems so that we can reach the widest possible of this 97%. One thing we need to understand, everybody has problems in the world. Everybody, right? It doesn't matter who you are, you will never stop having problems. And I had to realize this as I went further and further in my entrepreneurial journey, right? Because when you become a business owner, you become an entrepreneur, you think, I have this pain. I'm so broke. I'm so tired of being broke that I do not want to have this pain anymore. And that's why you start a business. Starting a business is very painful, but the pain of being broke outweighs the pain of starting a business. So you start one, right? And the mistake I made is I thought all I need is money. Once I have money, I will be happy. That is the furthest thing from the truth. If you have money, you only have more problems and they tend to be bigger, actually, right? So I say this to say that every single person, whether it's the 3%, the 7%, this 30%, everybody, the entire 100% of people have problems because having problems is a way of life, right? We're species that are meant to evolve over time. We're like, life is just a series of never ending problems. But another topic for another day, right? Don't view life as problems. Everything's actually a challenge, not a problem, right? Lessons and blessings. That's the only thing that can happen. All right. Off topic again. But so we need to promote multiple solutions to different problems to reach the rightest audience possible. This is also called horizontal scaling, right? So the first thing I did, I tried to make one ad and scale it to three, four, $500 per day, diminishing returns, right? The same ad that I was getting $7 to $11 lead costs, boom, all the way up to $30 per lead when I'm trying to spend 500, three to four, $500 per day, right? Instead of scaling up with one, let's scale across with many different ads, right? Instead of spending $500 on one ad, let's spend $50 on 10 ads. And now this allows us to spend larger sums of money on acquisition or the same amount that we would have wanted to spend and still consistently get that 7 to 10x return on ad spend because our lead cost won't go up, our cost per book call won't go up, and our sales will keep going up because we're getting more leads, more book calls, and more sales, right? All right. So, how do we actually accomplish something like this? Well, we're going to lead with value. The very first thing we're going to do is determine our lead magnet. This is where we dangle something for free in front of an audience and allow them to enter our ecosystem and give them the possibility to become future customers. So basically, we're turning cold audiences into warm, hot leads by providing customer solutions and introducing them to our service through the form of a lead magnet. This is then going to add an audience member. They will get nurtured over time. And it's going to produce a future customer. All right. So this lead magnet should ideally solve one of your content pillars. If you're not familiar on exactly what your content pillar is, go on any video on my channel that talks about how to make a great content system for your B2B business, right? So you want to solve one problem and solve it entirely. This lead magnet should be really, really in depth. Okay. Next, determine how you would deliver it to people. Is going to be a checklist, ebook, Notion template, Google Doc, or a video form. Ideally, my favorite is like a Google Doc or a Notion. But whatever you make, you want to combine it. Like, let's say we had a checklist ebook, or with the ebook, you wouldn't do this. Checklist, Notion, Google Doc, put a video going over the actual lead magnet, right? Whichever one you use, go over it with a video on top of the actual Google Doc or Notion, right? Some people want to read through the entire doc. Some people don't want to read it all and they just want to watch a video, right? So you want to have both options just to cater to both types of people, right? Then stuff it and pack it with extensive value. Give away all your secrets and make it so good that it cannot fail. And you may be wondering, you're watching this, you're like, Why would I give away all my information, every secret that I have for free? Why would anyone buy from me then, right? Well, the truth is that less than 1% of people who view your lead magnet are actually going to steal it and run away with it and implement everything, right? The truth is the purpose of this, like a lot of people, they're going to go through it and not even implement the stuff, the training that you provide. The real purpose of this is to just show and prove your competence in your subject, right? People honestly just want proof that you know how to do something, and then they will likely buy from you. And so, this is actually why, whenever you make a lead magnet, you should literally make it insane, like 100-page document with the most insane information, best visuals, everything, right? Because someone's going to go through this, and they're not even really going to be like get their notebook out, start copying everything, make a duplication of the Google Doc or whatever you made and just implement it and steal it, right? They're actually going to be like, holy shit, this guy knows what he's talking about. And that is exactly what happens every single time. Ensure it has a step-by-step action plan that people can actually follow. Use Gamma instead of Google Docs to ensure that it's 100% readable. Sometimes Google Docs are harder to read than Gamma Docs. Stick to one idea and one image per slide. Then create a landing page for the lead magnet, create a VSL, create an email sequence, give people the option to book a call with you at the end of that sequence, and then put the landing page link first in the descriptions of all your long form and then promote it with your paid ads. All right, that's all we got for this video. Bye.